So 4 minutes remaining. Should be this lap and 1 or 2 more.
Last Lap Motorsport's going a little off track there. Oh, sorry. Velocity Endurance Team. Nyan Cat. A little off-road excursion. Another little battle brewing up, even though he's currently being overtaken by Core Motorsports, is Darren Seal for Team Camaro 1 is slowly catching Care Team Motorsport. You see the McLaren farther up, I believe that's gray and blue. The gap's been getting a little bit smaller here. It was a little over 2 seconds, now it's 1.5. Don't think there's going to be anything happening here within the next 2 minutes, but it is close.
Leader across the start-finish line with about 2 minutes 20 seconds remaining. 2 laps to go.
Just a fellow, another shout out to our friend Deadwood Bones, Ben Keel. Glacier Racing is the only Ford GT. They're currently running in 10th. There is only one because the car is terrible. Thank you.
True story.
Whoa, AB Racing Black trying to make a move on Velocity. I don't know if this is actually going to happen or not. They are on much fresher tires actually, so this could happen. 13 lap fresher tires. I don't know. Can we get a number on how many laps Matt has done for Velocity Endurance Team? It has to be upwards of close to 200.
Matt Pavelski has done 136 laps. So
wow, that's actually a lot lower than I thought.
Bill Fraser has done 79 and Kevin Vaughn 115.
Oh, okay, so Kevin did a lot as well. Every time I look at it, it feels like Matt's the one driving the car.
Martin Krönke has done 106 so far. Has completed 106 so far. And Enzo Bonino has done 148 so far.
AB Racing Black here has a run going into turn 5. Alongside now. Don't think they'll be able to, well, maybe around the outside here. Nope. As Coanda, are they completing another lap right now?
They should be. I see ticking on the timer. 15 seconds. He didn't have enough time. He will cross the line with 5 seconds remaining. Final lap in the 12 Hours of Road America presented by Derek Speare Designs as time expires.
Could actually hear the alarm in the background going
Hear
off.
the deco alarm.
I set a bonus alarm just in
Oh, here we go,
case
side by side for the kink. AB Racing Black. Oh, they're side by side. Wow. Okay. Oh, contact.
Ooh, Velocity looked like they got on the grass there.
Yeah, they're getting a little crazy here. Now they have to realize they do need to actually finish the race.
And they've still got a whole nother lap to go after this.
Yes,
They're knocking lumps out of each other. It's great.
I think AB Racing Black may be able to pull away here. They have the fresher tires. As long as they can live through turn 1, or actually should I say turn 5, they should be okay.
So into their final lap, the Velocity team and AB Racing Black.
Velocidaddy's car is completely sideways everywhere.
So into Canada corner comes the purple and white Coanda Simsport number 18. It has been engaged in a tooth and nail battle as someone up ahead is losing their lump here in the last final corner. Martin Krönke has been on Masters Endurance winning teams and Live for Speed. He comes up the hill on 336 lap, and Martin Krönke leads Coanda Simsport to the first win in the iRacing era of Masters Endurance, victory in the 12 Hours of Road America presented by Derek Speare Designs. And Team Redline finishing in second, just behind by 9.5 seconds. PJ Stergios for the ineX Racing red car in third, comes out of Canada corner in that black and red ineX Racing BMW Z4 through 13 and 13A and 14. ineX Racing red coming up out of turn 14. PJ Stergios will take that machine to third position here at Road America. Stergios doing 125 of that team's 336 laps.
Yeah, it'd be nice and close coming to the end here. The last couple of top 5 positions. Core Motorsports currently being driven by Alexander Vost. Fantastic job, had a really good scrap towards the end there with Pure Racing Team 1. It's going to be a deserved 4th place from Core Motorsports. We've spoken about them a lot, keeping out of trouble, keeping it clean. It's exactly what they've done. Going to bring that wonderful pink roof home in 4th position. They're going to be ecstatic with that result. Right behind them, only a second and a half, maybe even less than that behind, coming to the line. Tom Valentini for Pure Racing Team 1, rounding out your top 5 here at the 12 Hours of Road America presented by Derek Speare Designs. Fantastic work from all of the cars, teams and drivers as the Pure Racing team loses it, slowing down through turn 1. Fantastic stuff all round. The racing's been absolutely brilliant. Everyone now just making their way to the line, getting it to the end. I think that's a success story in itself for the teams that get to the end of this race, to be honest.
So joining us in TeamSpeak, we have Martin Krönke, who piloted the race-winning Coanda Simsports car to the victory here in the 12 Hours of Road America. Martin, how was your race?
Well, hello first of all, and how was our race? I guess given the result, it was pretty good. It was quite a hard fight in the beginning with Enzo. For the first 2 stints, was quite close all the time. After all, we seem to have a slightly better strategy in the end. We saved 1 pit stop compared to them, I think, which might have ended us the win, but overall the race was really good and really fun.
And you've been in Master of Endurance and LFS. How does it compare from this to how it was in Live for Speed?
Ooh, difficult question. Actually, in terms of competition, I think it's a lot tighter than in LFS. On this race, there were so many teams with really high-profile drivers. So competition was, I think, higher in this edition of MOE compared to the LFS one. In terms of fun and team spirit, I think it's basically the same. MOE was always a team event, and it still is.
Already, also from Coanda Simsports, Rens Broekman. Rens, how was the race from your perspective? You did 115 of the team's laps?
Yeah, I think I did 1 or 2 more laps than the other guys, but yeah, well, it was an awesome race. It was great to be part of. Bit unfortunate to see our other cars, the 11 and the 88, not being able to finish. But yeah, it was a great battle with Team Redline for pretty much the whole 12 hours.
Any particular problems that your team encountered during the race?
Not in my stint. Martin had some harder fighting to do. So from my side, it was pretty much all fine. It was a bit tricky with traffic once or twice, but yeah, that's what you get with that many cars on track, I guess.
Alrighty, we'll come back to Coanda Simsport here in a minute. We've got, is that Robin Friskopps, I see, and PJ Sturgis. Let's go with PJ. PJ, you finished the race for ineX Racing. How was the race from ineX perspective?
Well, going into this race, I really didn't have any sort of plan other than just finish it and try to minimize the mistakes. And luckily, we were able to do that, keep the car on track, and snuck ourselves into a podium finish here, which is a lot better than we were expecting going in. So, congrats to the Coanda and Redline guys. They were in a league of their own tonight, but happy to come home with third place tonight.
Any particular issues you experienced with lapping or any other issues?
Luckily, no. A couple of close calls with some lap traffic, and almost had Simon get caught up in a spin in the carousel and a crash car in turn one. But besides that, luckily the race was relatively calm. I mean, you can only say so much when you have 60 cars on a track like this, but yeah, it was pretty smooth sailing, and glad to keep the car in one piece and on the track and come home with this nice finish.
Robin Friskopps also with ineX Racing. How was it from your perspective?
Yeah, it was all good. Like, I was the first guy in our car that started the race, and from when we qualified P21, my first goal was just to get through as many cars as possible to start, and I was surprised that I was able to go as far up as I could in positions in my first stint. And then, yeah, the rest of the race was just driving, minimizing the mistakes, just driving around, and yeah, we just got the podium finish, which I really didn't expect at all.
Alrighty. Now on to Team Redline. Aleksi Uusi-Jaakkola with us. And Aleksi, Redline had a great race with Coanda all race. What was it like in the Team Redline bunker?
Yeah, hello guys. It was a really nice race. Lots of racing is I had on my stints pretty early in the race, and yeah, after that even it was a really close race after all.
Were there any things you think your team could have done differently in this race that may have led to a better outcome? It was great driving from Enzo Benito in that last stint to close the gap as much as he did to Coanda, but was there anything you thought might have gotten you to close that gap even earlier?
Well, we did our first practice session together yesterday, so maybe we should have practiced more. So that's good to know when thinking about the next race. Maybe we need to do a whole stint before the race, so need know more about how the car works and maybe get some pace even more. And so Enzo and Christian did a nice job, and after all, only 10 or what it was, 10 or 15 seconds we lost, and we had like couple hours of practice. Well, after all, Coanda did the absent job, and well, we broke the 200 incident record, so that's something.
Something for the road. Alrighty. Well, again, all three teams that we've talked to are secure for next race. So Rens for Coanda Simsport. Again, win, giving great momentum for the rest of the season. You're locked in for the next round at Suzuka. So what is Coanda Simsport looking forward to from Suzuka?
Well, not quite sure, to be honest. Not sure if I'm the right one to ask. But yeah, like I said, I guess we have to carry the momentum into the next race. Although it's gonna be just as hard, not even way harder there.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to Coanda Simsport on the win, Team Redline on second, and ineX Racing Red on P3. Good luck to all of you in Suzuka in a few weeks' time. Final thoughts, Phil Diaz?
It was a good race. Good first race in iRacing for Masters of Endurance. I think it was 9 seconds, 9 to 10 seconds there at the end. I think that's close enough. That makes me happy. Being up for the past 14 hours, getting everything going, and watching it basically every single lap. It was a good time. Coanda and Redline put on a great show up front. Also, different battles throughout with Core Motorsport, Kimura, Pure Racing, many others that I could list all day really. Just very good racing by everybody. Little accidents here and there, but that happens in a 12-hour race. We just have to learn to accept it sometimes. But overall, I think it was a really good race.